Welcome to Everyday English Podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the Everyday English Podcast. I'm Anna.
And I'm Mark. It's so great to be here. Ready to learn some English?
I'm always ready, Mark. And today we have a very special topic. A topic that is very, very important for everyone learning English.
I'm curious. Is it about food? I love talking about food.
No, Mark, not today. But you can use this topic when you talk about food. Today, we are talking about prepositions, the small words in, on, and at.
Ah, yes. In, on, at. They're small words, but they can be tricky. Even my friends who speak good English sometimes make mistakes with these.
Exactly. But don't worry. After this episode, you will feel much more confident. We're going to make it really easy. We promise.
Yes, we will look at time and place. We will give you examples and simple rules.
So, let's begin our journey with in, on, and at. Anna, why is it so important to learn these three little words? That's a great question. Well, we use them all the time, every day, to talk about where things are and when things happen. If you use the wrong word, people might understand you, but it sounds a little strange. We want your English to sound natural and correct.
Right. It's like building a house. You need the big bricks, the nouns and verbs, but you also need the small things, like cement, to hold it all together.
I love that comparison, Mark. In, on, and at are the cement of your sentences. They connect the ideas. So let's start with the easiest one to understand, place. Okay, Mark, imagine we are in a city. Let's say we are in London. I am standing where?
You are standing in London?
Perfect. In London. We use in for big places, for cities, countries, or big areas. For example, I live in Spain. She works in New York. They are in the park. The park is a big space, so you are in the park.
In Spain, in New York, in the park. Got it. Big spaces.
Yes. Now, let's get smaller. Imagine you are in a house. You are not just in the house, you are more specific. You are...
I am at the door. No, wait. I am in the kitchen.
Both can be correct. But let's think. If you are cooking, you are in the kitchen. But if you are waiting for a friend, you might be at the front door. We use at for a specific point or a specific place.
Ah, okay. So in is for big spaces. At is for a specific point.
Exactly. Think of a bus stop. The bus stop is just one small point on the street. So you say, I'll meet you at the bus stop.
I'll wait for you at the library.
Perfect. The library is like a specific point on a map. Now, what about a surface? A flat surface, like a table or a wall?
Oh, that's on. The book is on the table. The picture is on the wall.
Yes. On is for surfaces. You put your phone on the desk. You write your name on the paper.
Easy. So we have in for big spaces, at for specific points, and on for surfaces.
You are a star student, Mark. Let's practice with a quick story. Okay, imagine it's Saturday morning. I am in my apartment. I am in the living room. My coffee is on the table. My keys are on the sofa. My friend calls me. She is at the shopping center. She says, Anna, where are you? I say, I'm at home.
Wait, Anna, you said you were in your apartment, but then you said you were at home. Why?
Great question. Home is a special word. We usually don't use in with home. We just say at home. It's a fixed expression. So remember, at home, not in home.
Ah, good tip. So I am at home, but I am in my bedroom.
Exactly. You're getting it.
Okay, so we did place. Now for the tricky part. time.
Okay, the rules for time are a little different, but still easy. Let's start with in. We use in for long periods, for months, years, seasons, and centuries.
So, in January, in 2024, in the summer, in the 21st century.
Perfect. Good job. My birthday is in July. We go on vacation in the winter.
Okay. Now, what about days? My birthday is in Monday. That sounds wrong.
It does sound wrong because it is wrong. We do not use in for days. For days and dates, we use on. My birthday is on Monday. The party is on June 5th. We have class on Wednesdays.
Ah, right. On for days. On Friday. On my birthday. Okay.
Yes, and for the most specific time, for clock time, we use at. Class starts at 9 a.m. I eat lunch at 12:30. The movie begins at 7 o'clock.
So it's like a zoom lens on a camera. In is for the big picture, the year. On is a little closer, the day. At is the closest, the exact time.
Yes, Mark, that is the perfect way to think about it. A zoom lens. I love that.
Thanks. Now, what about night? Do we say at night or in the night?
Good question. We usually say at night. It's an exception. But we say in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. I wake up in the morning. I work in the afternoon. I watch TV in the evening. I sleep at night.
Okay, at night. I will remember that.
Let's put it all together. Let's have a short conversation. I'll be Anna and you be you, Mark. Hey, Mark, what are you doing on Saturday?
On Saturday, in the morning, I'm going to the gym. And in the afternoon, I'm meeting friends at the park.
Nice. What time are you meeting them at the park?
We're meeting at 2:30. Then in the evening, we're going to a concert at 8 o'clock.
Fun. Is the concert in the city?
Yes, it's in the city center, at the big stadium.
Perfect. Did you hear that, listeners? We used on Saturday, in the morning, at the park, at 2:30, in the city. That was a perfect example.
Okay, time for our favorite part, common mistakes. What are the big mistakes people make?
The biggest one is mixing up at and in for places. For example, saying, I am in the bus stop. No, we are at the bus stop because it's a point. Or saying, I arrived to the hotel. That's wrong too. We should say, I arrived at the hotel.
Oh, arrive is a good one. Is it always arrive at?
Almost always. We arrive at a place. The airport, the office, the party. But there is one exception. For big cities or countries, we can use arrive in. For example, we arrived in London, or we arrived in France.
Arrive at a small place, arrive in a big place. Got it.
Another common mistake is with transportation. We say in a car, but on a bus, on a train, on a plane.
Why is that? That's so confusing.
I know. The reason is simple. With a car, you are inside a small space. You have to sit down. With a bus or a plane, you can walk around. You stand on them. So we say on the bus.
So I am in my taxi, but I am on the subway.
Exactly. You are a natural.
Okay, last tip from me. A tip to help you remember. Think about on. On is usually for things that are touching something. The cup is on the table. The picture is on the wall. Your clothes are on your body. It happens on a specific day.
That is a really good way to think about it, Mark. Great tip.
Okay, everyone, let's do a quick practice together. Listen and repeat after us. We will say the phrase slowly.
Yes, repeat after us. Let's practice place first.
In the city.
At the bus stop.
On the table.
In my room.
At work.
On the train.
Great. Now for time.
In the morning.
On Sunday.
At 5 o'clock.
In July.
At night.
On my birthday. Wonderful. You all sound fantastic.
Let's do one more quick recap of the rules.
For place, in is big spaces, inside, cities, countries, rooms.
On, surfaces, table, wall, floor.
At is specific points, bus stop, door, station, home.
For time, in is long periods, years, months, seasons.
On is days and dates.
At, specific clock times and night.
Keep this list somewhere. You can write it in your notebook. It's your new superpower.
Well, Mark, I think we did it. We conquered in, on, and at.
We sure did. And listeners, if you didn't understand everything the first time, that is totally okay. Listen to this episode again tomorrow. Practice a little bit every day. It will get easier and easier.
Exactly. Learning English is a journey, not a race. Be patient and kind to yourself.
If you liked this episode, please hit the subscribe button. It helps other learners find us.
And leave us a comment. Tell us one sentence using in, on, or at. For example, tell us where you are right now. I am in my studio at the microphone.
And I am sitting on a very comfortable chair in my house. We would love to read your sentences.
Thank you so much for listening to the Everyday English podcast. Remember, the most important thing is to practice.
Yes, keep practicing your English every day, even for just 5 minutes.
Bye for now, everyone.
Take care. See you next time.